Hello, welcome to Outside TV. Today we have a special guest. Our first guest from Indonesia. And it's not just from Indonesia, but it's also the first woman have scaled Seven Summit. So welcome Didi or Fransiska. Her name is Fransiska, but we call her Didi. So this is an Indonesian name, right?
Yes, it is.
So from now I call you Didi and people like to call you Didi. Okay, welcome to Singapore and welcome to Outside TV.
Thank you for having me.
So I was saying the first woman have scaled Seven Summit. Can you tell us a bit about your experience? And also there are two versions of Seven Summit, right?
Right. So basically, Seven Summit of the world is the highest peak in each continent. So there are 7 continents in the world. And as you said, there are 2 versions. Those are the base list and then the master list.
Okay.
So for both lists, we have Everest as the highest in the world as well as in Asia. And then Aconcagua as the highest in South America. And then Denali is the highest in North America.
North America.
Oh, Kilimanjaro. Kilimanjaro is the highest in Africa, and then Elbrus is the highest in Europe. Vinson is the highest in Antarctica, and the last one, there's 2 different opinions about the highest in Australasia continent.
Okay.
And best list use Kosciuszko, which stands
Australia.
in Australia. Cartens Pyramid, which stands in Papua, Indonesia.
Which is Indonesia.
Yeah, Indonesia, right.
The last summit was Everest.
Yes.
Was it the plan to finish Everest the last?
No, actually, because all of the 7 summits so far that we know, that back then, I mean, people said that Denali was the hardest one.
Yes.
Yeah. Denali was the hardest. Yeah, right? You ask people, right?
I talked to many people.
Yeah.
And Everest is always the hardest one.
Right. So Denali is the hardest one. So by logic, we set the hardest one at the end of the expedition, right? So we already have well-rounded experience to face the hardest one. Yep.
Of the 7 summit, which one is the hardest?
So actually, this is very subjective answer for me, because for the things you have to factor in is that how much experience you had, how far is your physical state, and so forth. And also the weather also plays a factor in how do you experience the mountain. Is it hard? Is it difficult? Is it easy? Is it light? So for me, the hardest one was Aconcagua, actually. Aconcagua was the hardest one.
Okay.
But I can also say Kilimanjaro was hard for me.
Really?
Yeah,
It's supposed to be the easiest.
Yeah, it should be, because it was the start. It was the 3rd mountain for me, and I'm not really sure how to do with myself yet. How to face the altitude yet. So on a summit day, we started from dark, right? So I'm trying to keep my head positive. You have to. Someone said to me before we went, the thing about high altitude mountain is you have to think happy thoughts.
Okay.
That's what gonna make it easier for you, and that's what I took too hard back then. Yeah. So on Kilimanjaro, when I feel overwhelmed, I try so hard to make happy thoughts, which it's not very helpful. Actually.
Yeah, and how old were you when you did Kilimanjaro?
Kilimanjaro, I think 21 or 22.
Yeah, bear in mind you 21 years old, and also your first high mountain.
Yeah, right. So it was crazy. It was quite hard for me, because I was forcing myself to think happy thoughts, that's not how it works.
What is the hardest part in those 4 years?
Yeah, basically for me is always the preparation. Everything felt forced, because we don't know anything. So we just push whatever we can do. Like, for example, I said yesterday about training. Now we understand clearly that rest is part of your training progress, right? You need to rest in order to progress.
Okay.
Right? But back then, we didn't know that. So we just keep pushing and hoping to reach the target numbers.
Okay.
But it cannot be done.
Did you cry in every summit?
So in Everest, I did not cry.
Why?
I don't know, probably the lack of oxygen mixes with my emotion. I don't know, but I did not cry on top of Everest. I was more like a linglung. What do you say linglung in bahasa Inggris? I was confused.
Confused.
Yeah, I was confused. Like, oh, okay.
Because it's the last. I'm sure that will be probably the most highlight of all things.
Supposedly,
Yeah.
but you know, that's not happening. So when I'm on top of Everest. It's me and Hilda was not very far separated, right? When walking, so we get to hug, we get to have pictures with the flag and whatever. So after that, we have like 3 minutes to look around, like to absorb this moment for ourselves. Like I was like, okay, people are cheering, but yes, this is the top of the world. Okay, but I need to go down. And going down,
it's like chop, a lot of things to happen. Too much things going on.
Too much going on, yeah. And I was confused, so I did not fly on top of Everest.
Have you ever thought through sometimes that you remind yourself that you did that?
So it's kind of weird journey for me. When I think about Seven Summits, I somehow don't feel ownership. Yeah, I still feel that I don't deserve that.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. It's messed up. Years later, I was watching this Big Bang Theory. If everyone knows.
Yes, my favorite.
Yeah. Right. And then they were talking about Imposter Syndrome, and then I was kind of clicked back then. I was like, what they were describing is something that I think I felt. So I looked it up, and then this whole journey that I felt that I don't feel this expedition is mine and everything, I don't deserve this. Yeah, I think that is what is called imposter syndrome.
And you still feel it now?
I think yes. I think yes. I mean, I don't know how to explain this without being confused or confusing other people, because the expedition doesn't feel like I own it. Because a lot of people are helping, which is good, right? A lot of people are helping.
It's a teamwork.
Yeah, it's a teamwork, right? It is a collective experience.
Okay.
I can see.
Yeah, it's be able to own part, and maybe it's about time to go and own it.
Yep. I have to learn.
Because now that hopefully this trip we met so many people.
Right.
And so you can look at people who never climbed. They're so crazy, hype out about all this event and show people the mountaineering world.
Right.
And then everybody's so pump people forward to go and see you because in the Seven Summiteer, So it is an achievement. And it's not just achievement. Some it took 10 years, many years to do it, but you do it in 4 years. It's such a young age.
Yeah, that's probably also the reason why, because like we were so young with big achievement. I don't think our brain are wired to accept that.
But that was then. But now is now. I say this book. Now you're writing a book. It's an adult perspective, right?
Yep.
So
yeah, that's right. Thank you so much.
And what kind of inspiration do you hope to achieve?
So basically, for the outdoor community itself, so there, I think it can, hopefully the book can reach to different sections. Yeah. So first one is the outdoor community, or people who like to climb mountains, right? There, I want them to feel that dream big. You can dream big. It is scary to dream big, because for me it was scary also. So like what? If I'm part of this team, then I'm gonna have to climb Everest, which is, back then, all I know, Everest is deadly. Everest is the highest in the world.
Yeah.
It's big. But back then, I was a silly little girl who doesn't know everything, who doesn't know anything. So I thought, my simple thought was like, part of the team, then I have to climb Everest. Other mountain, I kind of didn't have any clue.
Okay.
So yeah, Everest is the one thing that I can imagine. And that's for me scary.
Okay.
For me back then, it was scary. But scary is good, right?
Yes.
Scared is good. You can dream big. Okay. It's okay to get scared of your dream. I will take the risk to do the things that I want.
Okay.
Right? But like what I said, you can dream big. You can get scared of your dream, as long as you take the step towards your dream. Okay. Right? I'm taking it now.
Do you have anything? Do you want to final word to say to people who ever thought of this?
At this point in my life, I learned that we can grow from honesty. So whichever you want to go, if you want to climb mountain, you have to be honest to yourself. Are you scared of the mountain? If yes, then you can think of something what to do with your fear, right? And then after you've done the things that you want to do, for example, like mountaineering, you've done it several times, you made mistakes, you're being honest to yourself, you're being honest to the community itself that you have done some mistake, and that the community itself can grow from your mistakes.
Okay.
So yeah, at this point, whatever you want to do, if it's mountaineering, if it's outdoor in general, or anything you do in your daily life, if it's not in line with outdoor or something, I think let's start with honesty to yourself and to the people around you.
Okay. I'm sure this experience has make you learn so much, make you a tougher person. You've learned so much.
Hopefully.
Have you grown a lot?
Hopefully. I'm still young, so
okay.
Let's see. Let's see.
When can we expect the book? And you told me it's in Bahasa, but is in the work. It's coming maybe in 2025.
Okay, so yeah, it's my book. It's the first one out of 3 about the 7 summits. We kind of use different method by telling it from 2 different perspectives, Hilda and mine, right? And then the first one is going to be out on 2025.
Okay.
I cannot tell you now the month.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's 2025. Hopefully in the early 2025. And then it's called Menyapa Dewi Langit, which is in English, greetings to the goddess of the sky.
Okay.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Okay, so we look forward to that. We make sure that when the book is out, I will have a copy.
Okay, yeah.
I want someone to translate for me.
yeah, I will. Okay, so I'm on Instagram, of course. I go with the handle Fran Dimitri. Okay.
So, all right, so it's been really, really fun. I learned a lot talking to you this time. And it's kind of a different setting so far for all the interviews that I have done.
Yeah, okay.
So thank you, really thank you a lot for coming to Singapore and also come to our studio to record this episode. It's going to be I think it's going to be an interesting story. So thank you so much for coming, Didi.
Thank you so much.